Welcome to another episode of Classic or Crapstick. This is a fan Patreon paid for edition.
You betcha.
Thank you to our one person.
Yeah, if you support us on Patreon, which is the best way to spend your money, you get to make us watch a movie for a small fries and a movie for a Classic or Crapstick. So we have options.
This week's pick, so it's either going to be Full Metal Jacket, we're going to watch and review, or In the Army Now with Pauly Shore.
This one literally says in the back, the best war movie ever made.
Yeah, you know who wrote that? Kubrick himself.
Obviously, a great film for half of it.
I'm sure you all know the feeling.
As that fat guy from Law and Order. He shoots himself in the face.
He likes sugar and water.
Yeah, that guy.
That is his best role.
So, we're doing a real good job of selling that as the classic. Now for a surefire good time with Pauly Shore in his funniest role yet. And then we were talking about how he talked about this was the role that killed his career.
And I also think I didn't listen to my agents and managers. They told me not to do In the Army Now.
We know that our Patreon supporters, we want to keep that money coming in.
Yeah.
And
he loves Pauly Shore. That's why he picked Pauly Shore.
So we really want to randomly pick the movie that he wants. And so I wonder what we're going to get.
Oh, look, it's In the Army Now.
Is In the Army Now.
2, 3, 4.
Okay, so right off the bat, this is a movie I watched a lot when I was younger.
Yes,
So
clearly.
I have very different feelings about this movie than you do.
You can tell it was one you grew up with.
Yeah.
Because you barely like anything. When in terms of movies these
Yeah,
days,
no.
boy, you were giggling like a little
And
child in this film.
it would be fair to say that I don't. It's not like I love this movie and seek it out,
Sure.
but it's like, yeah, it's like watching an old movie and you just laugh because you're like, yeah, I remember that part. Like, that's funny.
Hit me! Mold me, hold me, make me a man. I love you.
It's a big pile of crap. But I will give you lighthearted, sincere crap. I didn't find it like they were kind of pandering for a paycheck or anything. I thought it was kind of a crappy movie, but I felt their heart was in it.
I felt like it was a little more self-aware.
I don't see the self-awareness. I gotta be honest.
He plays hard into his Pauly Shore thing, and that was his whole thing.
Yeah, but this was also, like we were saying, this was at the end of his popularity.
Yeah, no.
So was he doing that because he was self-aware, or is it because he was grasping at straws?
I guess it's just my faith, I guess, that it's not him. It's like there's a director behind the camera, and some of the stuff that happened.
Oh, there was.
Yeah.
There was a director to this film. That
Confirmed.
boggles my mind.
Confirmed. I think I made that comparison when I was watching it as like, take it more like a Snakes on a Plane, and I think you'll enjoy it more.
Go bust some scuds! Hot wheels!
Get a hold of yourself, soldier.
Can I call you General Sweetpants?
It's so close. It's lots of parts of it reminded me of Hot Shots and Hot Shots Part 2. Really fucking funny movies, but they're spoofs. So they're like blatantly spoofing something. And there was a lot of stuff in this that almost felt like the original script was a spoof. And there was a shit ton of references to Full Metal Jacket. There was a bunch of...
Which is kind of funny.
Sweetheart, hello, Vietnam. America has heard the beauty. I told myself that it was all a bad dream. I found a bad...
Stuff that felt like it was gonna be satirical. But then there was a lot of stuff that just felt like they just ran out of, like, they didn't get the money they expected or something. So then their army movie was 4 people running around in a desert.
It's a bit
and it
of
was
a
like
mess.
a shitty
Like
Castaway
a lot
movie
of the
for half an hour.
yes, I know what you mean. Like some of the comedies written, some of it's just like goofy, doesn't make any sense. Some of it is clearly just Pauly Shore just decided to do it on set.
Yeah, a
He was the
lot
star on
of
set.
clear improv, but like bad
Look,
prov.
a sunroof. Cut to next scene. That's the thing that happens.
Yeah, you could tell what you could almost tell when it was improv when clearly no one around him was laughing.
Yeah,
because they're confused, going, "This isn't."
But like it seemed like the editor might have been confused by them because they would let the joke just hang there for just half a second too long. Like he says, like, "Oh, look, a sunroof," and then everybody takes a breath, and then they cut.
Oh, cool, look, hey, it's the sunroof.
I enjoy it because of the nostalgia, but it's like, I feel like everything was just on the first pass. It was done. It was like, script, first pass, done.
Right.
First take, done. We're out in the desert. It's hot. Wrap it up. First edit, perfect.
Yeah, I can't see Pauly Shore being the kind of guy that's like, no, we got to do that take again. I didn't land the classic line of,
come on, now you got to do it. Come on.
Cheddar! Wizzy! I didn't grow up with Pauly
How is
Shore.
that the one impression you suck at?
Cheddar!
Cheddar!
Wizzy!
There was a lot of parts in this movie that I remembered being a lot bigger than they ended up being.
Very small movie.
So, the girl drill sergeant at the beginning, I remembered her being a way bigger role in the movie for like a much longer period of time. She was in it for like 5 minutes.
Maybe.
From here on out, your butt is mine. You will obey every order without question. Grunt.
Yeah.
It felt like the training, all that stuff at boot camp where they are really shitty and become good, should have been over half the movie, like Full Metal Jacket. And then they go into live duty, and then they're immediately captured and have to save the day and then gain respect of everyone. But what happens is they're in boot camp training for maybe 10 minutes, and then they're back home for a while. Then they go out to the desert or are lost for 25 minutes in the desert. Then they're captured, then they escape, then they go and find a camel, and then they go and go back to attack the place that they're, and then it's a fucking mess. I hate it.
No,
The story
see,
sucks.
you made me just realize something actually, is that this movie doesn't actually have a character arc.
No.
Because we get our two main characters, they don't change who they are for the whole movie.
No.
They just keep doing things and getting into situations and being screw-ups and just getting out of it, which I can see sometimes that would be kind of a good comedy, right?
Jack, we got 2 choices. One, we can put your clothes back on, we can get ourselves out of this mess, go back to Glendale, start up our own store, become rich and famous. Or 2, you can lie here butt naked and crust away, leaving your skull to be found by a young Arabic prince that's gonna use it for an ashtray.
So think about the timeline, just the timeline of this movie. So they they get flown over, they're in this war. It's a war. They go out on their first supply mission.
Yeah.
Get captured and attacked. So this takes place over like days.
Yeah.
I would assume days, right?
That's in the last act, though.
So but this is days here.
Sure.
And then they blow up like 3 missiles, and then they go home. The war is over.
We're the few! We're the proud! We're the water boys!
Oh, Doc!
Yeah, no, I can honestly say I don't enjoy any of his movies. I know, that's a weird way to start when I was trying to compliment him.
It sounded like you were going for a compliment.
That's what I intended to.
Start with a little compliment sandwich.
I don't dislike him. He's kind of he is who he is. It's like we were saying when we watched this. There's no other actor who would say these lines the way he does.
No, because there's no reason to say this. like inflections that he has and stuff. It's just weird, but that was his thing.
See this, Chuck? Serious, bona fide Libyan army fighting machine. And it's all part of this amazing offer, my friend. And maybe if you're lucky, you might even have a cool 8-track. You can play Buddha 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 stuff on it.
I enjoyed it all because of the nostalgia.
Yeah.
I can honestly say though, like from the bottom of my heart, this is a bad movie. Like most of my chuckles were multiplied by the fact that you weren't laughing.
Just dead silence on the other side of the room.
Just parts that I knew that I laughed when I was a kid, and Riley's sitting over there like, I hate you.
And it was like a who's who of 90s actors. They had
the Free Willy Girl.
They had the guy from Jumanji, the cop.
Yeah.
They had a lot of vagina from Austin Powers. They had Andy Dick.
We almost forgot about the supporting character. We almost forgot about.
She can drill me anytime.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
In the army now.
Good.
So
good viewer's choice, Patreon viewer.
And if you increase your donation by $4,995,
I will.
We'll do another one of these.
Oh.
And also Riley will Even Ferris Bueller had to go back to school, right?
Does he?
I don't know. I hate that movie.
Yeah, fuck
I never
that movie.
saw it again.
You know what? Fuck Ferris Bueller.